Hello everybody and welcome back to the Snapthis channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a summarised view of the Snapchat Alpha, looking at some of the features that are missing and having a look at what they've changed. I did a video last week which is like a full in-depth step-by-step on the differences between the versions, but this is now a summarised view, and we're also going to talk about the Snapchat Beta and how you can access it, because this is both Android and Apple devices can do this. So let's get straight into this video. So hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now if you're new around here, we make Snapchat themed videos to help you guys out in the Snapchat community. Of course you can use my comment section below to ask any Snapchat questions. I will try and answer those. Today's video is about the Snapchat Alpha and the Snapchat Beta, which aren't the real Snapchat system. These are two versions of Snapchat that you can access by choice. Now of course it does depend on what device you have. Android can access both currently, as Apple can only access the Beta. So to start off this week's content, we're going to be looking at the Snapchat Alpha. Like I said in last week's video, you can access this on only Android devices currently, and the way you do this is through the Snap Map. Now inside the Snap Map, when you pinch your fingers on the Android device, obviously it's going to take you to your area where you live. What you actually need to do to get to Snapchat Alpha is find the Snapchat Ghost in the ocean. And whereabouts this is in the Bermuda Islands. So if you want to get there quickly, you can hit the search button at the top and just search for Bermuda and it'll take you straight there. However, you guys that are into your geography might be able to find that naturally if you know where the Bermuda Island is. It is off just the coast of America. But once you get to the Bermuda Island, you'll see a Snapchat Ghost. And when you click onto this Snapchat Ghost, it will say, well done, you found the Snapchat Alpha. And when you go through this, it will then take you through and restart your phone into the Snapchat Alpha version. So the first thing you're going to notice when you get into the Snapchat Alpha is the camera still looks the same, and most features currently are the same in here, but there are some slight adjustments, one being the profile screens, which you've all been raving about in the comment section for the last 2 months. The new profile screen looks a bit like this, and as you can see it's got the Bitmoji nice and clean, you've got your username, your score, you've got your Snap Map, and you've also got how long you've been joined to Snapchat. You can also do this on a friend's screen as well, where you've got their Bitmoji, their name, their score, where they are on the map, and a couple more things that are going to be implemented. In my 2019 video, I also mentioned some features I would like to see, but of course it is Snapchat system. They are called the friendship screens, so they are trying to bring you and your friends together. So like with your friendship Bitmoji profile screen, it should have all the good stuff that you would need about that person. Another part of the Snapchat Alpha that's had a massive facelift since the update is the memory section. I didn't go into this in my comparison video because I didn't think it had changed as much, but if you go into there, you'll see that it's had a nice, neat design implemented into it. And what I mean by that is the snaps have now been put into month order, so you can find your snaps in nice clean months, as before they were all just stacked on top of each other and it just went from month to month to month, as now it's like December, November, October, which is it's a nice design because if you're looking for a certain snap in a certain date, it's a lot easier. Moving on to the stories tab in the memory section, this has also had a major upgrade since we last looked at it. It's now gone to a more full screen design, which is better for the user. It's a lot more visual, it's a lot cleaner, and what I mean by this is instead of having the small circle that's like slideshow and a few snaps and the date next to it, it has now gone all full screen with a full background with a slideshow of a couple of pictures. It's got the date and the name of the story. Now if you rename stories, it's a bit better because they are easier to navigate, and if you do rename stories, I bet you don't know this, but if you use the search feature, you can actually find the story straight away. Normally in the Snapchat app, if you do use the search feature to find a story, you do get a special trophy. However, some of those are broken currently, but if you can search for your stories using the names, it does save you a lot of time when trying to share those moments with families and friends. So those are the two facelifts that they've had. We've talked about the profile / friendship screen, and we've also looked at the memory section. Now after playing with it for an hour, I found some features that are missing. One of these features that is currently missing from the Snapchat Alpha is the Snapchat trophies. Now don't worry, your Snapchat trophies haven't disappeared, of course, if you are using the Alpha. They're just in a section that you can't reach because it's not in the Alpha. But if you do go back to the normal Snapchat, you'll find that your trophies have not gone missing, they are still there. So do not worry that your Snapchat trophies aren't on the Alpha. The other features are like the custom geo and private stories. I was trying to add one of those on the Alpha earlier on and found that you couldn't. So if you're a person that uses custom, geo or private stories, then you might want to stay on the live version of Snapchat and not the test versions, as they've not put those in straight away. So that's the best summary I'm going to be able to give you on the Snapchat Alpha. Obviously I don't use this on a daily basis, just on the fact that I'm an iPhone user, not an Android user, and just remember you can use this yourself, there's no limit to it. But that's everything I've got on the Snapchat Alpha. Like I said, leave comments below if there's anything you'd like to say and I'll try and answer to best of my ability. Now we've talked about the Alpha, it's now time for the Beta. So now into the Snapchat beta. Now this is available for all Snapchat users, however there is like a queue on when you can access it because Snapchat only let a few people on at a time, and this was validated by a tweet, but I'll come back to that later. So for both users to access this Snapchat beta, all you need to do is go into the settings of your live version of Snapchat, and down the bottom you'll see Join Snapchat Beta. This is also where the video splits off, so we'll start off with the Apple side. So for Apple users to access the beta, all you need to do is download an app called TestFlight. This is an Apple app, this is something they've made, and it's where all the beta versions of softwares go into. So when you load in, you may find it's not just Snapchat in there, there's other apps that have betas that you've got access to. However, you won't be able to access the Snapchat beta straight away as they accept it as a beta program, so certain users will be able to find some updates in there, but you may find if you've done it straight away that you don't get anything for maybe a month or so because they accept people into the beta. Now for Android users, all you've got to do is sign up in your Google account and then link it to your Snapchat, and you should have the option for Snapchat beta. It does have some instructions in the screen that I'm talking about telling you what you need to do if you do cause an error, but once you've downloaded the Snapchat beta, this is where you get some cool features. Now I currently don't have the Snapchat beta, I don't really need it as such. I'll try and keep in the loop with Snapchat in terms of the features, but if you guys are using it, let me know in the comment section below what sort of features they've implemented. I remember back in 2012 when I was on the Snapchat beta, they had like these pen tools that you could resize the pen and make massive drawings instead of like the thin line that you get normally. Now before I continue on with today's video, I'd just like to tell you some exciting news from the Snapchat beta. I don't currently have it, like I said in the video, nothing's changed there, but someone in the comment section below, who's one of my Snapchat buddies, has the access to the beta, and he has spilled the beans and told us that there are some new fancy pens, and trust me, they are fancy. Now just to throw a massive spanner in the works, something on the iOS version, and this is the live, not the alpha, not the beta, has appeared in the new profile screens on someone's device. She goes by the name of Paige, and she posted an image on Twitter showing off the Snapchat charm. Now, what entails in terms of these charms, I currently don't know. This is just a picture that I found on Twitter, and she kindly allowed me to use it in the video. Just looking at the bottom, though, with the charms, you've got BFF and Snap Streaks, which are two things you can currently earn in Snapchat. So I feel like you're going to be able to earn those on your friendship screens. In terms of the other two that are there, astrological compatibility, not sure what that's going to be. Probably something to do with your star signs. And your friendship birthdays is what I'm getting from the image. Remember, this is what I found on Twitter from Paige. I will link her tweet in the bottom of the description, though, just to give her the credit as she asked for it. So thank you, Paige, for letting me use this image. They don't look clickable, but they do look earnable. So hopefully when we get the Snapchat profiles for everybody, we will have a full understanding of what these Snapchat charms do. So to finish today's video, I'd like to do a quick Q&A, which is just a few questions from the last video that I thought I'd answer in front of the camera. These are to do with the Snapchat betas and alphas, so let's start off with our first question. So the first question I'd like to answer is, will I ever get these profile screens in the iOS version? The answer to that is yes. When, we don't really know. Snapchat haven't really given a date, they're just rolling it out to some users. Some of you actually in the comment section below have said you've got like an iPhone 8 and you do have these profile screens. You're very lucky because they are rolling it out to small batches of people so they get small feedback back so they can make the changes. If you don't know, in 2018 at the very beginning of the year they decided to update the app in a whole scale. Everyone's profiles changed and the complaints they got really ruined Snapchat's reputation. So now they do it in smaller updates so smaller groups of people can give them feedback. That's sort of what Snapchat said on Twitter. Obviously I don't work for Snapchat so they may have other reasons why they do smaller updates, but that's sort of why. So hopefully that answers the question for that. The second question I had was, how do I remove the Bermuda update? They mean the alpha, but Bermuda update's a good name for it. If you do decide to go onto the Snapchat alpha, all you need to do is log out the app and log back in and you'll be back onto the normal version of Snapchat. So nice easy question, so hopefully that has answered that one. So the last question I'm going to be answering today is, how do I get access to the Snapchat beta? We talked about earlier on that you had to wait in a waiting list. Obviously the tweet I was talking about was by a guy called Vinny. He is someone who is in the comment section below quite actively, and he asked the questions of how do I get access to it, and they responded that it is a waiting list procedure, and he is the only person that I know that has got Snapchat to reply to one of his replies. Snapchat tend to give you one reply and that's it. But well done Vinny for getting that answer. So it is sort of a waiting list, but hopefully you do get access to Snapchat beta if you are one of the lucky ones. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching Snapthis today. I hope you've enjoyed this summarised video of alpha and beta, because obviously these are things, especially in the Snapchat community, which if you are into your Snapchat as much as I am, you really want to use these to see where the direction of Snapchat is going. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed today's video, then leave us a like. Also, let us know in the comment section below if you use alpha, beta, or if there's anything that you have Snapchat related that you want answering. Of course, you can go to Snapchat support course, Twitter to get answers as well. Obviously, if you want an official answer, go to those guys, but I will give you the best answer I can. So thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next video.